welcome. So happy to be here with all of you. Let's start with meditation, like we always do. So take your attention inside. And we'll start with the energy center at the base of the spine. And it's actually slightly in front of the tip of the tailbone. It's at the perineum, which is the skin between the bone and the vagina. So it's right in that location, both for men and women. And as we think about Bardo practice, the most important thing in that energy center is that there's a red light. So as you take your attention into that center, you want to actually move your awareness from between your ears all the way down to that energy center. So you're actually occupying that space. Because as fluid as we can get in being in these energy centers, the more self-awareness with capital S and capital A we are cultivating. Because what happens in our life has everything to do with our ability to connect internally. So having the ability to take our entire awareness, not just a little part that travels from between our ears, but everything into an energy center, sets us up for all kinds of energetic traveling. Once you have your awareness thoroughly established, in this energy center, gently move it up to just below the belly button, feeling for that energy center And of course, every one of these energy centers is not a point, but a field. And again, take all your attention into this energy center just below the belly button. Again, allowing your awareness to sink down. It keeps bobbing up to between your ears because that's where it's the most comfortable. Just keep pulling it down and see if you can bring all your awareness to the center. So you get in the habit of letting go of the voice in your head and actually establishing your awareness in different parts of your being. When you're ready, gently begin to explore the pathway between the perineum and the energy center below your belly button. And you can use your breath to take your awareness from one energy center to the other in whatever pattern works for you. Because this is your personal practice, this is your protected space. The purpose is your autonomy. Ultimately, when we face death, there's just us and the work we've done to prepare. So you can work with yourself, feeling what's easiest for you to access, going up from one energy center to the next on the inhale, and coming down on the exhale, or the reverse. Both centers go both directions. And after you've tried one way for a while, try the opposite and see what that feels like. There is no right or wrong. There's just our own capacity to be creative and allow ourselves to be informed. Another way these energy centers are linked is through a pattern of an infinity symbol that may begin to show itself to you just between the Muladhara and the energy center below the belly button. And if you wish, you can begin to follow the flow up and down with longer breaths. And at a certain point, your energy will naturally flow up to the energy center at the solar plexus. So first, just feel for that energy center. It's at just below your rib cage in the front. And of course, as we said, these energy centers are fields. And so you can feel them throughout the plane of your body. But it's helpful to feel them line up with each other. Especially as we become aware of the flow between them. But first, just focus on the energy center itself at the solar plexus. Again, bringing all your attention to this energy center. A kind of focused concentration. When you're ready, begin to feel the connection between the energy center below your belly button and the solar plexus. However it appears to you, and whatever your breath wants to do. And again, engage your breath into the communication between these energy centers. Allowing them to show you how they work together. And lengthening your breath so you're feeling them in the space between the breaths. At a certain point, your attention will naturally drift upwards to your heart center in the middle of your chest. Bring all your attention to this center. And when you're ready, feel for the connection between your solar plexus and your heart center. Linking your breath up however it feels right to you. This is a living, dynamic energy system. With lots of ebbing and flowing. So whatever you can and can't feel, don't worry about it. Just keep paying attention. This is not an arena of success and failure, but a place of allowing ourselves to be informed. And as we feel for this flow, gently allow your breath to become longer and your awareness of the space between the breaths to become more. When you're ready, allow your awareness to come up to the throat center. Just feel and feel and feel with your awareness into this center. This is often the most difficult energy center to be cleared because we've all said so many things throughout time and space. And we're responsible for all of it. So just be very, very gentle in this space. Allowing everything that's ready to clear to clear. And inviting anything, and this goes for any energy center, anything that's not ready to clear to come into our awareness with what and how we can remedy whatever is unfinished. This is how we signal our readiness to evolve to our own being. It is we who are responsible throughout time and space for ourselves. And best to clear everything we can when it appears. Asking everything that's willing to let go and just releasing it through our hands and feet. And being willing to receive whatever we need to be informed of to continue our evolution. So as this space clears, begin to come aware of the flow between the heart center and the throat. Again, using our breath. Gently lengthening our breath. To feel beyond it in the space in between. When you're ready, take your attention to the third eye. You can feel with your tongue where on the roof of your mouth, where the hard palate ends and the soft palate begins. About 2/3 of the way back, feel with your tongue, and then directly above that is the third eye, behind and between your eyebrows. And again, it's an energetic field. Breathing into that space. And hold your attention in that space. Allowing your own awareness to inform you. When you're ready, feel for the linkage between the throat center and the third eye. As you feel between the throat and the third eye, lengthen your breath. And feel for the space between the breaths. When you're ready, allow your attention to go up and hopefully out the top of the head. Holding your attention in this energy center. And when you're ready, gently feel for the connection between the third eye and the top of the head. Using your breath to make the connection. You may see a white light. And now allow yourself to move freely, linking all the energy centers. And now gently, gently holding to your experience of yourself as an energetic field. Very slowly open your eyes and allow yourself to be present. While still experiencing yourself as pure energy. We're happy to take any questions about this experience. Or anything you want to share about it. We're really happy to be here with you this morning in this time and place. Hope you can hear us. We're not that loud.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you doing?
Thank you. That was so beautiful. And in particular, I appreciate the distinction between an energy center and an energy field. I have somewhat struggled through the years trying to focus on a point or a center. And so it helps so much to expand that to a field. Thank you.
Yeah, language is helpful until it's not. The problem with language, is it limits everything. That's its purpose. It differentiates. But when we want to experience ourselves as a field, then language doesn't really help. I mean, it does until it doesn't. And then it starts to sound like nonsense at a certain point. Because of course it can't contain the experience and it can't really describe it. Language. Because most language is about its purpose is to take us out of that awareness and focus outside ourselves. Most everything we learn is about externalizing our experience, not internalizing it. And we would say the most important thing, we've been thinking and reading some about Bardo practice, not enough to really teach it. But we can say the most important thing is that we trust ourselves, that we love ourselves. And that we meet death with that love and trust. And that in many ways, experiencing ourselves as an energetic field is the preparation for being that field, for dissolving into that field. And every experience we have in that field makes us more comfortable with the fact that we are that field. We have always been that field, but we've been so accustomed to making everything outside of us the driver of our inner experience that we don't know what it is to let go of everything and be that inner experience. That's what we mean by trust. And of course, the ultimate is dissolving into love. So, attempting to feel what that feels like is the essence of meditation. And there's really, nothing to fear because we won't die before our time. So we can't completely dissolve until it's time for us to completely dissolve, but we can practice. We can practice the feeling of dissolving ourselves into the space of our heart.
I just wanted to say that the last few meditations, I've gotten a sense of how I want to be in the moment of death, how I want to be present in all the centers, well, my whole being, and being able to let go. Anyway, it's brought a much clearer sense of how that could be, or that is. And I also wanted to, what came to me right at the end of the meditation was a little song. And it's May the long time sun shine upon you, all love surround you, and the pure light within you guide your way home. Anyway, thank you. Thank you all.
Mm. Mm. Thank you for that. So we can say a few more things. So there is a reckoning. It is our own highest self that does the reckoning. And so the more we can connect within ourselves to that highest self, and we'll talk more as we understand more. But what one thing we can do is ask to be shown what it is we aren't seeing, what we can't see about ourselves that needs to evolve. Life gives us clues. We see the world the way we are. So whenever there's any agitation, any kind of discomfort, that's a clue that we have work to do, that we're being shown. It's an interesting thing we noticed, working in the throat chakra today, that the we are responsible for everything we've ever said. That's an interesting thing to contemplate. And it's why most people are a little bit stuck in this arena. It doesn't mean that we need to torture ourselves. And as a matter of fact, it's the opposite. We need to forgive ourselves. But that self-forgiveness can only happen in a field of responsibility, personal responsibility. In the willingness to take responsibility, we can cultivate our awareness. And in our awareness, having the willingness to be informed can bring to us what we need to know to heal ourselves. Also, the other people around us can tell us if we're willing to listen. And life tells us by our experience. And the most important clue is probably to go toward the pain rather than running away from it. Mm. Anything else?
I just want to say thank you, Pam, for that sweet little song.
Yeah.
I was very touched. Thank you.
Total pleasure to be with you. We've really enjoyed today. Very happy to see you. Till next time. Bye for now.